Let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's two parts to the story. The second is a sort of MAGA in crisis part. The first is just something she posted, a video, apparently made by a fan, and it's sort of a Marjorie Taylor Greene hype video. I find these strange. Trump does it too, where fans of his will make these just really Trump's amazing sort of videos, and it just feels weird for you to be the one posting that. Yeah, that's me, baby. That's me. I'm the best rock star. So here's MTG's.
Is there a conspiracy to kill President Trump?
Absolutely not.
Then how did this happen?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, would you like to run for the Senate and also fight like hell for you?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, is as famous as they get.
There was blatant outright fraud in the 2020 election. Complete and total fraud, you know.
Senior Republicans
There's plenty
agree
of evidence
it wasn't
here.
stolen.
This is how legends are made.
If he is convicted and he gets a jail sentence,
People are going to vote for him even if he is in jail.
This is how legends are made.
People under your command did not consider him to be a threat, yet people in the crowd knew he had a gun and considered him to be a threat. How is that possible?
This is how legends are made.
Crooks was neutralized after he shot President Trump in the face, Ms. Cheadle. That means that you are a complete failure.
You're constantly making news, doing an incredible job. The mass shooting, the SSRI situation with NATO and Ukraine, and your warning of nuclear war, which is the most dangerous point we've been at in decades for nuclear war.
Killing a baby up until birth is a lack of stability. It's called murder.
People say,
It's crazy that that's a hype video for her. That's yes for her fans. Just putting on full display how unhinged she is. Why she would want to signal boost that, I don't know. But part two to this story is really fascinating. You might remember a long time ago, I had a debate with someone named Loomer, and she's been traveling with Trump the last couple of days. I guess helping with debate prep or something. An ally of Trump's. Trump speaks very positively of this Loomer, MAGA influencer person, ran for Congress a couple times, didn't get it, but has stayed in the MAGA media ecosystem. And she has long had a rivalry with Marjorie Taylor Greene. So you have sort of MAGA infighting. And it's escalated. Marjorie Taylor Greene going in front of reporters and denouncing Loomer and denouncing the fact that Loomer is associating so much with Trump. So to follow this, they've already not liked each other, but I guess in the video we're going to watch of Marjorie, she's responding to this. I don't even know if I want to read this. I guess I will, as disgusting as it is, to give you a sense of who Trump's choosing to associate himself with. So Kamala Harris just posted a story about being a young girl visiting her grandparents in India, attaches a photo. Loomer, as vile as it gets, says, if Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry and White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center, and the American people will only be able to convey their feedback through a customer satisfaction survey at the end of the call that nobody will understand. This is who Trump's traveling with. Just a disgusting person to say that. And we know, and I'll remind you of in just a little bit, Marjorie's history with racism, with bigotry. But apparently, according to her, she's gonna actually be the warrior against racism on this, which is quite the turn of events. She said, our movement should lead on the issues the American people care about: inflation, the economy, the invasion at our border. And the Biden-Harris regime is responsible. False. That's what Republicans should be focused on, not identity politics or personal lives. Loomer's outrageous lies, instability, and manic toxicity have no place in MAGA. We'll see the toxicity that's being referred to later on, but here's Marjorie.
I have concerns about her rhetoric and her hateful tone. To me, many of the comments that she makes and how she attacks Republicans like me, many other Republicans that are strong supporters of President Trump, I think they're a huge problem. And that doesn't represent MAGA as a whole. It doesn't represent who we are as Republicans. And, you know, I typically try to ignore her post, but someone had sent me that post about Kamala Harris, and it bothered me so much. And you know my personality, everyone knows I'm outspoken, and I just felt like it was time to call it out. I think it's wrong. We're not a party of identity politics. We're a party for all Americans. And I think that's so important. And I think that we need to be focused on our policies, the inflation, the economy, and the border, and not attacking people for their race, not attacking them because they may not have children and they love their pets. And I don't want to have anything to do with that. And neither do the people, my voters at home in my district, and most people I talk to across the country. And so, yeah, I called her out last night, and I think it was important to do.
I did not have on my 2024 bingo card Marjorie Taylor Greene denouncing racism. That wasn't something I was prepared for. But as vile as MTG is, she's correct on this in denouncing Laura Loomer. And did you see the shot she took against J.D. Vance's childless cat lady's remark, saying we shouldn't be demonizing people for not having children if that's where their life has led them, and loving their pets? What? That's Trump's VP. Oh, I told you all in a past video that MTG is trying to sometimes pretend to be a more normal person, and then of course 2 seconds later she'll be just as crazy as ever. But it is interesting to see her continuing trying, I think for electoral reasons, trying to pretend she's something that she's not. But hey, as long as she's denouncing the garbage that we saw from Laura Loomer, that I can agree with. And then you have just a crazy rant from Laura Loomer against MTG. Here we go, as screenshotted by Ron Filipkowski. Once again, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is extremely jealous and vindictive over the fact that she wasn't successful in turning Donald Trump against me, is now behaving like a leftist and accusing me of being racist. Kamala Harris is on video calling herself Indian and saying she cooks with curry. She also refuses to speak to the media, so there's a strong likelihood that she would set up a call center to avoid speaking to the press and being honest with the American people. So trying to justify the racist garbage that we saw. Then she drops a bomb on MTG. Hey MTG, speaking of racism, one of your former staffers told me you have a favorite word that starts with N. What if the staffer has a video? It's rather ironic that MTG wants to call me a racist when MTG is a full-blown anti-Semite who believes that Jewish people use space lasers to control the world. We could just totally be hyped for, this MAGA infighting. Along with being an anti-Semite, MTG is also a poor excuse for a Christian. Her marriage failed because she couldn't keep her legs closed while she was a new member of Congress and was too busy screwing some guy from her CrossFit. She's not representative of the GOP or what it means to be America first. Nobody talks about her anymore because she's annoying and irrelevant and a sellout. Hey MTG, how come you weren't at the debate? Guess you gave up on Trump when he gave up on your boyfriend, Speaker McCarthy. Don't talk about representing Donald Trump when you paid for the Yay 2024 domain and used your campaign funds to orchestrate the dinner between Nick Fuentes and Kanye West. I exposed you months ago, and I'll do again, you trailer. I feel weird reading some of this. We'll just leave it there. You get it. You get it. And in another post, she referenced the story we have talked about, which is an alleged affair between Marjorie Taylor Greene and someone that she used to work out with. This was years ago. And it does represent a violation of the party of family values that MTG uses to demonize people. But Laura Loomer uses the very same purported values to demonize people. And if it weren't for what's obviously a personal conflict between the two of them, based on something, ego or something, neither of them are being principled in their attacks. You know MTG would not call out someone else for that exact same thing if it weren't someone she had a personal beef with. So that should be noted. But regardless, it's very fun to watch them going back and forth. And just a reminder, in MAGA circles, somehow even with the crazy, crazy stuff that Laura Loomer says and does, MAGA loves her.
That would be Alex Jones. That'd be just again. There's a couple of people I want to put in as press secretary for like a month, 2 weeks to a month. That'd be where Laura Loomer would fit in for that one. Again, Alex Jones for a month just to put these
Alex. So there it is. That's what MTG's been up to. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Click the join button below if you want to support the show. And you can donate to Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign. I saw that. Let me see if I can get pulled up for you. I saw that, I think if I'm not mistaken, over 2,700 of you have set up reoccurring payments to Kamala Harris's campaign through our link, meaning you're a viewer of the show, which is pretty dang incredible. If you want to join that, you can do it at the link in the description of this video.